cold out there if you hadn't noticed. Please, mate. Please. Let me stay. I've got nowhere else to go. That's the landlord. He owns this pub. He's lived there for years. But now they want to turn it into flats. Meaning I won't have nowhere to keep warm when it's gone. He says it's still like 1915. He says there's still poverty. There's still war. There's still rent increases. I'm like, mate, I don't know, I wasn't born yet. Imagine this. I used to have a very good job. I was a professional. I used to work in law, in a barrister's chambers. And I used to love it. Getting up in the morning, putting on my formal attire, commuting to the centre of the city, and then hanging out with all my mates and work colleagues, going to bars, clubs, restaurants. Those were the days. They're my best memories. I cherish them. I keep hold of them. And then Brexit came, along with uncertainty. And I can't explain it, for whatever reason, I just couldn't get a job. I couldn't get another job. But I was alright, I was resolute, I'm going to get something soon. So I'll just dip into my savings. It'll be alright, you'll get something soon. But then nothing came. And then the money ran out. And then I had no choice. No choice but to go on that universal credit. And that was the beginning of all of my troubles. I used to hear really bad stories whilst I was working. Usually on the radio, people calling in, sharing their stories, sometimes harrowing, sometimes even fatal. But I was like, it's going to be all right. It can't be that bad, surely. Can it? But then the 5-week wait comes. No money, 5 weeks. That's 5 weeks behind on rent, water, electricity, all your bills. You're in a deficit. The other alternative is that you can take out the loan, but either way, you're in debt. I just couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I can't afford my basics, your everyday necessities. Your water, your shopping, keeping warm, your personal hygiene items, sanitary towels. Shocking, I know. And then the electric kept on going. I couldn't afford to keep up with the payments on the pre-meter. So sometimes I ended up in the dark. The thing is, see, I'm afraid of the dark. I always have been since I was a kid. So this one night, I'm in the dark and I've had enough. That's it, I'm finished. I want to exit. I want to go now. I don't want to be here no more. So So then I start thinking about what I'm going to wear and how I'm going to exit. So then I'm like, I want to go out gracefully. I want to look nice. But I want to do it no mess. So then I decide I want to go out like Marilyn Monroe. I want to put on some nice lingerie. Nothing too racy, mind. I want to look demure, you know. And then I think about my makeup. I want it to be natural, to enhance my natural beauty. And then I'm thinking, I want to go out peacefully. So I'm going to take tablets. That's it, no mess. And that's it, me, I'm done, I'm gone. But then something strange happened. The dark and God saved me. Oh, you know why, didn't you? I'm afraid of the dark. I was never going to move from the kitchen to the front room to the bathroom and do all those changes, so I just stood there frozen and stayed in the same place. So the dark saved me. And then what was even more strange, God, he said 2 words. I'm like in a crisis and he says 2 words. Just right. I'm like, that's it? Is that all you got for me? Just right. But I listen to what he's saying. And I do exactly what he says. I sit down. I'll get my phone. A little bit of energy and light that's on it. I find a bit of paper and a pen. And I just start writing. And I'm so glad I listened to him because he actually saved my life. So now with all this stuff going on, it's affecting my mental health. I'm starting to get a little bit withdrawn, depressed. I'm not really hanging out with friends no more. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm staying at home. In the quiet. I mean, I ain't got no money. Where am I going to go? And the letters are piling up. But of course, I don't open them. And the phone, the house phone, I stop answering it. Because I don't want to hear the calls from the debt collectors. And then I start hiding. I don't want to hear the noise from the knock from the bailiffs on my front door. It's all getting a bit too much. And I start to realise I can't afford to live. It all gets too much. My dietary requirements have changed. I can no longer go to the shops that I used to before and buy all the fancy food. I'm reduced to eating the yellow tickets. The food that no one wants that goes off. And that's reduced in the market, in the supermarket. So I go there late at night, hidden. I don't want no one to see me. I'm full of shame and guilt and embarrassment. And I'm only speaking to my friends now and my family when I'm desperate. When the pain is too much from the hunger. And I can't take being in the dark no more. I will call them and I'll ask them to help me. But all the while in my head, the debt is spiralling out of control. And that's all I see. More and more debts. And I'm realising I can't afford to live. The high cost of living. Rent increases. Food inflation. Fuel. It's all too much. I eventually lose my home. evicted. The home that I've lived in for so long, gone. So you see how I got here? You see how I got here? Homeless, hungry, and alone.